Hey guys, okay, let's go ahead and get started. I'm gonna do this on Seth's account since I already did it on mine. And we are gonna go over to the opportunities page, and don't mind me while I'm accidentally opening screens here. I was trying to accept cookies. All right, so first of all, let's start at opportunities because we need to access command through there. And let's go to what we're working on right now. So first we're going to start in documents, and then we're going to click on start a transaction, and that's going to take us directly to DocuSign and will help us jumpstart this connection with ZipForms. Now, what's really cool about the ZipForms is that they will actually, make sure your pop-up blocker is off, but this is how to import all of the templatized stuff. So first sign into DocuSign if it prompts you. And right now we are Seth Wright. And continue, and your password. So apparently we needed to authorize it one more time, and there we go. Okay, so we are going to click add a form, and that's how we're going to actually jump over to the ZipForms registration area. So once you do that, it'll take you to this box, and you're going to click on sign up at ZipLogic. Once you've done that, click on I am a realtor, and you put in our association that is matched up, which is Georgia Association of Realtors. Click on that and then click continue. Now you may need to look at, because you are a NAR member, you may need to look up your login and password to that. And you can either click forgot username or password or try registering as well. So I'm going to go with, let's try registering. Now again, you can always go to the find my, just Google nerds number lookup, and Google is your friend whenever you don't know how to do something, and you can click on it. Let's find it. Oh, that's definitely the wrong page. They have sold us out a long time ago. All right, so let's see. Here we go. This is the right one. Last name and Seth's real estate license number. And there's the nerds number. So just copy that. Go back to the other one. Nope, not that one. This one. Put it in. And if you've already got an account, obviously you could just log straight in. Nope, I'm already registered. Shoot. Okay, let's see. What do you think this would be? Let's try his email. And here's this password. Perfect. All right, save it if you need to. And then we're going to create an account with ZipLogic. Now, you're going to be creating a new username and password, but it's easier for me to remember if it's just the same email and password that we've been using. All right, here we go. And click continue. Awesome, my passwords don't match. Let's try that one more time. I think I know what was wrong. Clearly, I need to type those in again. Okay, So save the password if you want to. Now, ZipForms Plus is really what you need. I added the member benefit that said Zip TMS because it said 0, but I honestly actually have no idea what it does, so you don't really need to worry about it. But if you scroll to the bottom right here and it says Georgia AOR, that is what you're looking for, and the $10, and just click add on that. Then you're going to have to add your nerd's identification number again, and then you click continue. And now we've got what we need. Go ahead and fill out this form. This is your customer information form. And once you put in this information, then it's going to ask you for your credit card information. Sorry, I can't type faster. And then you want to remove that you want their marketing stuff, because we don't. All right, check that. All right, click continue. Now, again, agree to the terms of use and click checkout. You got an 11-cent discount. Here's where you put in your credit card. And once you click continue on that, it will take us to the next page. Okay, so now you have checked out with your credit card information, and this is the next scene. So you've got to make sure that your pop-up blocker is off, and you can continue in. Now, this is what's going to come up with ZipForms. Here's the cool thing, is that you actually don't need to go and do anything in transactions in ZipForms, okay? This is what this is gonna look like, but you really don't need any of this. So you can just go ahead and close that. What you do want to do is go ahead and log in with the ZipForm username and password you just created. Now, I made his login and password exactly the same as it is for DocuSign, so it's easy. However, make sure that you use your credentials that you have. Now, I'm guessing that the reason it's not letting me in is because he needs to authenticate his email. So this is my daughter's email. Hey, babe, can you authenticate your account on ZipForms? Yeah, I don't want to do that. Yeah, just the authenticate one. So make sure you've checked this in your email and do this, because otherwise the link button will not work. So look at it this way. This is the time in the video when you can be checking your emails to authenticate this. Do 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 do. Okay, once you've got it linked, then you can click create. Now, here's what happens, and I want to show you, this is what pops up, but this is actually what's going to pop up every time. So when you add a form, and actually I'm going to click cancel right now so we can get back to here, and now that it's linked, all you have to do is click add and then click ZipForms. Then you're going to click create, and you're going to say listing, or you can name this whatever you want, property type, residential, create. Now what it's going to do is tell you, okay, what forms do you want to import? And you want to import from the ZipForm library. And it is literally going to pull up every single template. So let's go ahead and say I want a purchase and sale agreement. So it's in alphabetical order. And no, you can't search before you ask. And it is right there, we passed it. I passed it. Okay, so then you click add. Now, once you're in here, you're going to click on the document and you're going to fill it out. Now, it's all templatized, so all your forms are dates and everything. It's easy to put in. So, and watch this, 1, 2, 3, Main Street, and it has all the addresses already pre-populated, and then county, Gwinnett, 324, and then your MLS number, whatever you end up doing. So we'll just go through and let's say you were, filling all this out. Now they have a fast fill to where you don't actually have to scroll through it. It just is like all the blanks and the things. So that's pretty cool depending on how you like to do it. And then no matter what, whenever you're finished with this, you can say at closing, and then you've got to click send. Save, not send, save. Now you can save it as a PDF, you can email it, whatever. But, and I like this, you can spell check. Document actions is right here. This is how you're actually going to e-sign it. So you're going to say DocuSign. This is important because this is the only way to go ahead and send things to e-sign to people. So your envelope, meaning how you're going to say is like, please, that's your subject line. That's the document you're having signed. And then whoever you want. Now, room participants is if it's another KW agent, then you can do it as a room, add them as a room participant. Otherwise, you just use the email address. So we will send it to, and we'll pretend this is not, well, you know what? We'll just send it to my personal email. Oops. And then my email is there. And here's where you change it. You can do needs to sign, needs to view, receives a copy, or you can do specify a recipient. Then you can also add codes and a private message if you don't want theirs to look like everybody else's. And then whatever the email is, please sign your contract. All right. Then this is next is where you're actually going to add the people to the contract. And actually, since it didn't do that, let me show you because this is where there can be two instead of, or you know what? Okay. So then we can click next. All right. So what you can do is add any kind of things that you want to on here in case you even wanted to, if you forgot something while you were in your template, whatever. Up here on the left side is where you can actually decide who's the one signing where. So let's say that for the listing broker, I'm going to sign, and then for Jessica, she's going to sign the buyer side. So now if you need to add initials, whatever, it's color coded. And the best part is you can't accidentally erase these later like you could in .loop. Now you can even do a preview or anything like that. So what else is really neat is like, let's say that you know that this is where you're going to end up having to save. A lot of times you know that you're going to end up putting signatures there. You can actually save those on a page moving forward, but that's if you're advanced. All right, so now waiting for others. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to pop open my personal email and sign this. And I don't know if Jessica's going to be like, what the heck does Seth want me to sign? All right, so I'm doing this right now on my phone. And now, oh, you can resend it, all that if I click on the document. All right, so waiting on others. Now we can go back to documents, and you can, if you archive documents, this is where you can pull them up. Envelopes, this is where you're waiting for the people to sign. So now it says that I signed. Now we're waiting on Jessica, which clearly she's not going to be doing because she has no clue what I'm doing. All right, now what's really neat about this is then when we go back into command, we can pull up where it said, so let's do under contract documents, and we need the purchase and sale agreement. Once you do that, you just click on DocuSign and see, because it's linked, you know that it's a purchase and sale agreement, and you can just click assign and it will automatically load that there. Now you can click on that and view that at any time. And for clarity's sake, Teresa found this box means download, not archive. So just so you know that, if you want to remove it, you have to click there. Then when you're ready and you have all of your things uploaded and signed, you're going to want to connect that to your listing. Now, because this is actually something that Seth is working on, I will remove that. And when this is finished, it will also send me an email and let me know that. Once I've got this file, now I'm going to go ahead and re-put that in because I am going to submit this to the Market Center. Once I've submitted this to the Market Center, the next step, and it has to be submitted for this commissions. Right now it's grayed out. Once it sees that I've submitted it to the Market Center, that commissions is going to open up because it's going to know that, hey, you're under contract and you submitted everything. And because I'm trying to show you this, it's going slowly. Oops. I clicked too many things, I think. Okay, there we go. We're back here. Once you can get into commissions, oh, I'm sorry, I apologize. This is how you start this, is you say you have to put in the terms of the contract. And this is what is going to create your green sheet. Well, what used to be a green sheet. All right. So the offer date is today, close date of 9:30, and then you're literally going to go through and name of buyer, Sam Smith, and he's pre-qualified. And then you know what, because Jessica's stuck signing that, she is now the co-op agent. And then we're going to put in the terms. So let's say that they're putting $50,000 down and they're financing the other $450,000. Then you're going to be doing earnest money, and we'll just say it's 1%. And option equals due diligence time. Residential service contract is the same as a home warranty, and settlement costs are the same as closing costs. Then you're going to go to the agent analysis, which you can do pros and cons if you're going to send this to your client, which you can do right through here. Then you're going to say that that offer was accepted. Now, once that offer has been accepted, it now knows that, hey, guess what? You're going to get paid on this. So you're going to pop into commissions. Once you're inside of commissions, what you're going to do is just double check this And you're going to come in here and say, okay, that's the amount of the commission. That's the closing date, agent, unit, total commission. And it already knows where you're at in your caps. And this will be real-time balance and let you know where you're at. So here's the thing, is right now you cannot add, there is no line item on this side for FMLS. So you need to do it as a deduction. Now, the FMLS fee with this one would be $600 because it's 0.0012% of the purchase price. And tax ID, you don't need that. Description, FMLS, fee, pay to, FMLS. So very soon we are going to have this fixed so that it's just a line item and you don't have to do this again. But for the next few weeks, you're gonna have to manually put this in. But the cool thing is it does take zeros. And then add. Then what's going to happen is it's going to show up right here, FMLS fee. Now, what if I want to give something to Cares for Kids? Well, that too is a deduction. What if you want to add people that are on your team? That's an inside referral. And then you would simply just tell the amount that you want to give. And you can add them. Then let's say that, and you see right here, this is where the inside referral fees. Now let's say there was an outside referral, meaning another agent. That's where you're coming up and you're saying the referral fee was 25%. You would need their EIN number no matter what. That's the W-9 form that you request anyways. And KW Atlanta Partners Augusta. That's totally spelled wrong. Anyways, agent name John Smith, and then you could type in their dad's old email address. There we go. So now it's going to show up and it's updating to know what your check is. And so that is all correct. Now, once we are have the switch Friday night, on Saturday, this submit button will not have that little X. What's funny is that right now, even if you click it, it is coming through to us, but that little X will go away. And that is from start to finish how to do this. Now you can also go ahead and attach your listing, or even if it's not your listing, you know, the home that you're selling, you can add that there and it'll add that information. Once you've clicked submit and you've got your document submitted, then you're good. Now, what's interesting is that you can actually sort by all kinds of stuff depending on your team and what you've got working. I hope this helps, and if you have any questions, we will be in the office.